Welcome back to the Cap Rack. It is Friday, December 25th, Christmas morning. We have an NFL episode that is out. Go check it out. There's a game today at 4:30, Vikings versus Saints. But what we're here to talk to you about today is the college basketball slate. There's 4 games. We're going to have 3 picks for you across 3 of those games. The one game we don't have a pick on is the Maryland versus Purdue game. And our model is literally projecting exactly what the Vegas spread in total is. Probably about a 5-point Purdue win and literally right on the total. So, yep, other 3 games, Wisconsin, Michigan State, Nebraska versus Michigan, and Minnesota versus Iowa. Sam, how are you doing?
Doing pretty good. The model had a pretty okay day on the 23rd. Just a little couple of that decided by, I think one got decided by half a point, which was a loss, but, it's going to happen. But
it is going to happen.
Still, overall, still doing great.
Yep. Oh, also, at the end of the episode, Sam's going to have some NBA picks for you. What is it, second day of the season, third day of the season? Yeah, started on Wednesday. So.
Yeah, we got 5 NBA games. I'll probably have a pick for every one of them.
Cool. NBA basketball on Christmas is a staple every year.
The best.
Okay, let's kick this off. We're going to start with the first game of the day, and it's going to be the Wisconsin versus Michigan State game. The total or the spread is at 1. Sam, you have the total? Off the
total's at 140.
140. Okay, so we're projecting 140.14 points. So literally 0.14 points of edge, which is a terrible, terrible, terrible margin to make a pick on. However, what we are going to do is pick Michigan State +1. The model projects a 74.4 to 65.7 win at home at Michigan State.
Yeah, so this line is a result of kind of where they're trending, where just last weekend, Wisconsin beat the living hell out of a pretty good Louisville team.
Yep.
And Michigan State lost to Northwestern, who Vegas will, I think, begin to start respecting, because that Northwestern team is a legitimate threat in the Big Ten.
I agree.
And, I mean, Michigan State, I think, is the more talented team, and they're at home. I don't get why they're dogs, but there's a reason they were the preseason number, 4 team or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
It's a very talented team. Tom Izzo is a phenomenal coach, and I think they will, bounce back, win this game.
Yeah, totally. I mean, I agree. Wisconsin's experienced. They're the 28th most experienced team in the country. Both teams use their bench. I mean, Michigan State getting about 40 bench minutes a game, with Wisconsin around 35. So, talented squad from the first to the last guy on the roster, and we like Michigan State by roughly 8.5, 9 points in this one as home dogs, so we'll take that. Next game of the day is going to be Michigan visiting Nebraska. Michigan are 8-point favorites on the road. Nebraska's probably the preseason Big Ten last place team. Mm-hmm. Michigan top 5 for sure. It's kind of hard to really put a finger on that top 5 in the exact order right now for the Big Ten. Probably the best conference in basketball, and usually shakes out later at the end of the season towards kind of conference championship way. But as far as this game goes, we have Michigan losing to Nebraska by 4 points on the road. I don't know if this is necessarily going to be the way this game plays out. It's just kind of a model prediction to really guide you. But Nebraska played really close their last game. They played tough as very big underdogs.
Nebraska has lost 4 times, but those 4 losses are to Wisconsin, Creighton, Georgia Tech. So 4 good basketball teams.
Who was that last team? It kind of cut out a little bit.
Nevada.
Okay.
Who's it's a
respectable program.
Mid-major team, but it's one of those better mid-major teams.
Mm-hmm.
And 8 points at home. It's going to be a fired-up Nebraska team to get Michigan in their home arena. Whether they win or not, that's to be seen. But 8 points, I think, is a lot. Michigan has looked good. They're 6-0 this year. Looks good, but this Nebraska team, Teddy Allen can score the ball very, very well. So, I like Nebraska with the points at home. Christmas, a nice little gift for the Nebraska fans.
Hope so. Okay. Next game of the day is going to be probably the best game of the day, the most fireworks in terms of scoring. The total is set at a whopping 163.5, and that game is Minnesota versus Iowa. It's in Minnesota. Iowa's on the road, ranked number 4 in the country. 7 or 8 point favorites, I would say. However, our model has a play on the total. It's going to show a pretty decent edge on the under at 152. So a lot of projections we've seen, not just from our model, but kind of around the internet and people that run numbers on these games. I even saw some as low as 145 you were talking about?
Well, so I have the over at 163.
Yeah, but I'm saying projections.
The
As far
projections,
as
yeah.
models that
I
aren't
saw a
ours, just
I saw a projection, yeah, had a 146 or something like that. So, obviously we all know that Iowa can score.
yeah, there's no arguing that.
They hit the over in their first 7 games, and they finally hit the under in their last game against Purdue. Just 163 is astoundingly high. I mean, granted, I did take the over when it was at 170, but that was against Gonzaga. Minnesota is not Gonzaga.
No.
So yeah, definitely like an underplay here. Just that's too many points. Even like you can have a set. This could be a 80 to 75 game, something like that. It's still an under by a pretty comfortable margin.
Exactly.
So,
look, we saw Iowa come back to earth against Purdue a little bit in terms of scoring. They got 70 points. It was 70 to 50.
Yeah, they're not going to average 90 the whole year.
No, that's insane.
But the heavy favorite for Player of the Year, Luka Garza. He's going to do his thing. Just a couple other shooters have been a little struggling a little bit. So also the model. This one's a little bit of a scary pick, just pick and spread, but the model does have a Minnesota win.
Yep.
So I personally am going to be playing Minnesota with the points too, but it won't be one of our official 3 picks. That's just me going rogue.
Yeah, look, I don't think Iowa's going to go undefeated. I mean, they already lost to Gonzaga. They're not going to go undefeated through conference play. I don't know if Minnesota's the team that takes it, but
Minnesota is a good team.
You never know. I mean, Iowa is on the road against a pretty solid 6-1 Minnesota team. I just feel like if a Big Ten loss comes, it's going to be at the hands of a Rutgers sneaky kind of team who's the best they've been in the past couple of years. But I don't know. Minnesota can get it done. We'll see. I don't hate it.
Yeah, I do like that pick to spread. It's one of those games they got to run through them but you see it all the time, these top 5 teams going on the road to a hostile environment. Granted, it's not going to be, your normal hostile environment, but these guys still have their pride and they want to defend their home court. So
yeah, look, you go away from Garza. Say Garza gets some problems. You push them out to the 3-point line where with Wieskamp and McCaffrey, those guys don't miss. But you push them back off the line, they're going to go through their drive spells from 3. So I think Minnesota can play pretty good defense. They are defending the 3, allowing only 31%. So it's not bad. I mean, it's
very good.
We'll see what happens. You got to play tough D against Iowa, but they can get it done and keep this game under. All right.
Oh, yeah.
So those are our 3 college basketball picks of the day. Michigan State +1, Nebraska +8, and Minnesota versus Iowa under 163.5. Sammy, your time to shine. Let's hear the NBA picks.
And just, a lot of us, I'm pretty sure, will be watching a lot of NBA basketball on Christmas Day. So just 5 games. I'm going to give just 5 quick spread picks, just what I'm thinking right now. I do like the Pelicans +5 against Miami. That 2-headed monster down low of Zion and Steven Adams might not allow offensive rebound the entire year. The Bucks -10 against the Warriors. The Warriors are lost right now without Draymond Green, really. It's the Steph Curry show, and even he didn't look too good the other night.
Yep.
I do like the Nets -3 at Boston. Kevin Durant looks like Kevin Durant, and Kyrie Irving looks like Kyrie Irving. And they're 10 players deep, so that Brooklyn team's going to be a problem all year.
They will be.
This might sound a little crazy, but Mavericks +6 at the Lakers.
I like it. I do.
Just because the Lakers looked a little lethargic on opening night. It's a classic title hangover. People are going to, if they lose this game, they're going to sound the alarms. The Lakers are in trouble. No, they're not. They'll be fine come April, May when playoff time comes around. But this is going to be a big statement game for Luka and the boys in Dallas. And then we'll finish it up with I'm going to go with the Nuggets +2.5 or +3, whatever you get, at home against the Clippers. Everyone knows what happened last postseason between these 2 teams. And despite I'm thinking right now, the Clippers are going to be pissed off and bounce back. But I think the Nuggets know that they're going to come in hot. So I like the Nuggets here. I think they're just as talented as anyone else in the league. So, all right, that's a little holiday special NBA pick. So, let's hope you have a good day.
Let's hope so. All right, that wraps up today's episode of the Cap Rack. It is Friday, December 25th. Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays. We'll be back before the New Year, so I'm not going to say Happy New Year, but I do hope you guys have a Happy New Year. So as for myself, Tyler Blumenstick, and Sam Meehan, this is the Christmas episode of the Cap Rack, and we will see you when we see you. See ya.